Happy Friday, everybody. Big Tuna here with First and Tuna. Something a little bit different we'll be doing every Friday. We're going to call it Fun Film Fridays or Film Friday Nights, something. Our version of a preview for the game coming up on Sunday. I mean, I could sit here and tell you my thoughts and probably drone on and on, but why not? We just take a few minutes. Let's just look at some actual plays. I'll look at some stuff from the offensive defense of the opponent of the Rams, this week being the Chicago Bears. Some things that I think they do well, things that the Rams should do well against them, things that worry me, concern me. Rather than me just tell you, I'd rather just show you. Do my best John Madden impression and do some arrows, some clicking, and some bad jokes. But yeah, hopefully you guys like these sessions. You guys seem to like the review earlier this week, so let's just keep the train rolling when it comes to the film breakdowns. If you do like these, make sure you're liking and subscribing. Let me know in the comments if you hate this stuff, love it, or what we could be doing better, so that way you enjoy tuning in every single week. These Friday episodes are definitely going to be a lot better on video versus audio, but if you just like hearing a nerd drone on and yap about plays and breakdowns, and by all means, throw me on the car and let's keep talking football. And I'm not the best at breakdowns of going over the big picture of everything when it comes to schemes and play calling. My whole point of these is just to point out one or two things that I'm going to be looking for, maybe that worry me, concern me, that if you have no idea what's happening on certain plays, you can take that, apply it to your football watching on Sunday, maybe learn something while you're watching. Yeah, that's about it. Without further ado, let's just jump right into the film. Hi diddly ho, Tunerinos. Starting with the film, we're going to start with the Bears defense, which means we're going to be looking at the Colts offense, seeing some things that they do similarly to the Rams. That if the Rams want to try the same stuff this Sunday and have some success, I'm going to point out one or two things on each play that I'm hoping the Rams take note, see, and are going to want to capitalize on and improve on themselves, so that way they see success against this Bears defense, who's not a pushover. Even though they're also 1-2, really hard to put a lot of blame on this defense. They've allowed less than 300 yards per game, given up less than 16 points per game, especially against dynamic quarterbacks. Say what you will about Richardson's accuracy. This is a very dynamic quarterback, and held C.J. Stroud and the Texans to not a lot of points either. So on this play, jumping into it, this is an inside the right tackle run play for about 5 yards. The two notes I'm going to make here are about the tight end, number 81, and the communication between the center and the right guard. So, if we run this play a little bit, I want you to watch 81, the tight end, trying to block the defensive end on this left side. That late shift, blocking, and I'm going to freeze it right here. 81 and this defensive end, I believe this is DeMarcus Walker. Marcus Walker is actually in the way of a potential cutback for Jonathan Taylor. Very similar, I think, skill-wise to Kyron Williams in regards to great vision, riding the wave, using his blocks, and getting as many yards as possible, making great decisions. Rides his blocks, and man, if this tight end had a better block, which would be a seal block, imagine this is flipped. Imagine 81 is in front of him with his numbers, the back of his jersey facing this way. This is an alley right here potentially for Jonathan Taylor to make a big run. So let's back it up a little bit. So what you want to see in a perfect world, Rams, this is Kobe Parkinson. You want to see him sealing and deadlocking this guy about right here. Yeah, he'll trail a little bit, but you want him out of this play completely. You want this wall to be there. So that if these guys do their job, Kyron Williams is over here running, plants his foot in the ground, and he is getting more than 5 yards. He's trying to break something because this guy isn't here completely. So I really hopeful to see Mr. Parkinson or Long, whoever's in 11 personnel, doing a great job on these defensive ends. These guys are not small. The other part too, these guys can get away with it. The Colts, because I think they're a little bit further along offensive line-wise than the Rams are. So you're going to see, and ideally, what the Rams would do, this guard would punch before moving on to his block, giving the center a little bit of assistance to get in front and block him. Colts don't do that. If you take a look here, he just goes completely. He just says, man, you are on your own. See him just leave immediately. No help here whatsoever. They're able to do that because Joe Kelly has got more experience than Limmer, the center for the Rams. Takes his guy. That's a great block. That's a great run block. So, squaring shoulders, taking these guys upfield, getting the hell out of the run play. You hope to see. But I think for the Rams where they're at right now, I think you're going to have to get some help from the guards. Whether this is running left or right, you don't want to just leave your guys on an island. It's going to take a village to get Kyron Williams some yards. You want to see a punch here before he goes to help on this right side as they do here. So yeah, based on the scenario, looks like the Bears are susceptible to give up a few yards on some inside zone stuff if the Rams are on 11 personnel, if they just communicate properly. All right, and then just a play or two later here in the Colts, this is exactly why I'm making the point about communication between centers and guards for the Rams, because of plays like this. Let's take a look at 97 here. 97 for the Bears is Andrew Billings. He's a nose tackle. He's going to just get completely upfield here. That's a large man. Bo Limmer is not the largest of centers in the league. So just kind of watch. Let's just watch him right here. Boom. This play is even slightly more to the right, completely blown up. Very similar to what you saw the Rams deal with in Arizona. I'm hoping they learned their lesson from that and not just leaving him out to dry. Again, would love to see Fries the right guard here. This would be Dotson in the Rams situation. Not just leave him. Like, he doesn't even help at all. Like, man, understandably, you got your own shit to worry about with this guy. But, again, this arm, punch him. Punch him to reset. We talked about it in a review against the Niners last week, just giving that little jab, because sometimes just reset a little bit so that way you're not leaving your boy out to dry. So that's what we like seeing. Colts, though, I'm not sure if it's a scheme thing, if it's just miscommunication themselves. Again, solo, no help at all, but you leave yourself open to this. Man, gets way the hell upfield. Also, I will say, because again, not the smartest guy in the world, it could just be drawn up that way. Colts know, hey, we're just going to go right here anyways. Let this guy just go out here. Who cares? We trust this center enough. You know what? If this guy's going to run upfield that hard, just go with him. Just take him completely out of the play. Let him run past the play, essentially. That can be the scheme as well. If so, something the Rams can also incorporate, a little Mr. Miyagi style. Use their strength against them. But the other thing to look at on this play, look at number 9. On that last play, he was the strong safety. He was outside of the box. Now, third and short situation, 3rd and 1, right? Man, that guy looks like a linebacker. That guy's not small. When he gets here, he steps up. Great block by the guard here. Again, what we're looking at number 9 here. Eventually gets blocked by the left guard here. So, what you do like to see, though, this is a good example of what I'm talking about. It's missing maybe from here. It's happening right here. Look to the left of these guys. Look how 79 and 56 work together. He's going to help here before 56 goes and picks up 9. Take a look. Combo together. He gives more than arm. He full on takes him on before moving on. And then Jonathan Taylor just squirts on up there. Pause. One more time. Again, seeing more of this, not just a hand, because these guys are not small. Really want to see some aggressiveness from these guys. Great block by 56 here. Boom, boom. Has to happen because guys like 9, not small, that's like a linebacker playing safety. So, some good things that you're seeing at 11 personnel from the Colts. All right, similarly, God, I can't speak ever. The Rams do enjoy being 11 personnel. This is 3rd and short. Count this as a successful run just because it does get the first down. But ultimately, kind of compared to the points I was making on the Bears game, want to see two things. Communication between these three on the interior. And how does this tight end seal off an edge? The twist here, what the Rams do differently, though, rather than just sealing off here, he's going to motion across and try to seal this guy. The issue with the miscommunication, though, what ends up happening, if you watch this down tackle, this down end on the defense, they're going to twist. A twist means rather than just running straight uphill, like you kind of imagine linemen doing, they're going to twist. He's going to cross his face here. He's going to cross his face there. The purpose of it is to try to confuse the offensive lineman, which works. But Kyren Williams is a good enough back. He evades the initial tackle, is able to pick up 5 yards around right here. Let's do a quick run through, get your motion. Parkinson's going to go try to seal. Does a good job of helping. He notices his guy is way out here. Doesn't matter. Let me just kind of help here. These two guys are out to play. Great communication. But look at all this mess that's in here. Remember what we talked about with that cross, with that twist? Look what happened. These guys are going to twist right here. Causes for a little confusion for Dotson. Ends up throwing him into the center, or to the left guard. Kyron's just good enough where he was able to pick up the yards already. Really want to see some better communication. Again, felt a little bit different than just your standard aggressive inside zone, because they're almost I'm gonna say pass setting, but seemed a little bit unsure of where to go because of the twist. So what you would hope is that their communication's getting better. They understand that, hey, if we run into this situation where they twist on a 3rd and short and we're running right into it, this is how we should handle it. What you would hope ends up happening is he's getting uphill, helping there. He's getting more of an inside step to help there. Limmer's going to give a hand, remember? Give a little punch while he works up to help here. Boom. Now, why is that? Why are we just leaving this guy alone? Well, because we have the motion coming all the way across to help, right? Havenstein doesn't really follow that code. Realizes because the twist is happening. This defensive end right here is twisting. He's leaving him, so he's like, I can't block him. Missing him, so I'm just going to take the next guy. All right. And that play ends up happening. Luckily, they get the first down. But to my eyes, again, I'm completely guessing as the nerd behind the desk, would like to see some aggression uphill because this defensive line is aggressive. Seeing them meet that head on, getting in front of them before they can twist, and just steamrolling that thing uphill, giving Kyren more than just the bare amount that he needed for the first down there. So there's some things to work on. I think they will get better in this case now that they've got some reps under the belt together as a starting unit and they got the win. But 11 personnel, could see it a little bit more this week if they clean up some of these small communication things when facing a D-line like Chicago. Sticking with the same flow here, 11 personnel. I know a lot of people talking about if they go 12 personnel. Well, if they do, cool. Seemed like it worked. But I think McVay will probably open up the bag, I'm assuming, just based on what I'm seeing. There was some success that the Colts had against this Bears defense. Like I said, that mirrors the Rams, what they can excel at, especially in these the pass game. So if they line up in your standard 11 personnel again, 3 receivers, 1 tight end. Here's your tight end, boy. Oh, nope, I lied. Tight end on the left side. So this is a 2-by-2 formation. 2-by-2. We got 2 skill guys on this side. Boom, boom. You get 2 skill guys on this side. Boom, boom. That's an even set. So even, most likely going to get a look like this from their secondary. Kind of like your standard cover 2, cover 4, might be a cover 6. All that means you're going to have 2 safeties, 2 corners, probably playing over the top like this. They want to keep you underneath that 15, 10-yard buffer, bore you to death with that, hey, take as much as you can underneath. That's what I think a majority of the look you're going to get anytime the Rams line up in a situation like this. The result in this play is what worries me. So, this down tackle right here, this nose tackle, defensive tackle, whatever you want to call him, he is basically going to bull rush this center right here and get almost into the face of Anthony Richardson. So let's take a look real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Man, he almost takes a 300-pound guy right into the quarterback. So, Rams with a non-mobile quarterback, you don't like seeing that. It's coming from the edges, step up, make his throw. It's coming from right in the middle. That's always troublesome for any quarterback. I know there's a lot of talk about Tom Brady. Like, all you had to do was pressure him in the middle, says some defensive players. And you can get him off his game. But just not something you want to see. With this kind of defense, though, quick passes, fast, strong, accurate throws from somebody like Stafford to things like this, underneath coverage, completing at, 7-8 yards, letting your guy work for the rest of it. That definitely suits the strength of the Rams. Stafford can do this all day. Taking a look at this play from the end zone view, this is the matchup right here. I don't really want to talk about the coverage too much. Because like I said, you see, number 9, he was in the box on that 3rd and short, and now he's playing safety. That's just a big dude. That's a big athletic dude. Kind of scares me a little bit. But this is the matchup right here. Again, harking on these guys. Bam, bam, bam. They had a lot of miscommunication there at Arizona, cleaned up a lot of it, personnel changes, had a lot of success against San Francisco. To continue that success, you got to keep away from plays happening like this. Again, watch how he just gets uphill right here, right in his face. And Joe Kelly's no pushover. Sorry, Ryan Kelly's no pushover, man. But that right there, that scares the hell out of me as a Rams fan. Because all it takes is a little bit of press coverage on this outside here where it's not open. And him holding the ball here, that's pretty much guaranteed a sack every single time. You get too much of that, and quarterbacks get hit too much. That worries me a little bit compared to the Rams. We already went through this play in the review. Remember, we talked about miscommunication. It wasn't even between the interior 3. It was actually between the guard and the tackle right here. This ends up as a sack on Stafford from Hargrave right here in the middle. But some precedent here, man. I'm not just, talking crazy. It's worrisome. Get some miscommunication, a little bit. Man, not a kind of sack that you want your quarterback taking. So, how do you fix that? When this is happening, gotta just have better communication between your two blockers. Otherwise, I think one-on-one, in a lot of these situations, pass rushing, I think Chicago's interior linemen are better than 2 of the 3 guys on the interior here. I just think they have a size advantage. They seem to play pretty aggressive, a little bit more aggressive than what I'm seeing from Limmer and Bruss so far. That if you get a bull rush or just one simple miscommunication, like you kind of get here, you're gonna end up in a sack again. Kind of deja vu. We talked about this same duo of plays in the review just a few days ago. But how do we avoid that last play from happening? That play almost becoming a sack on Anthony Richardson, similar to this. Obviously a little bit different because he's not head up with the center here, but you can get the same kind of help if you're going to get a wide 9 front here. That right there, man, I love seeing that. A little bit of help. Hey man, help me. I'm a little frazzled. I'm scared. Don't worry, buddy. I got you. A little bit of help, stunts him, clean pocket. Ends up being incomplete. But anytime you're in a situation where you've got more blockers than they're bringing, I think that's a crucial part of the pass game for the Rams in regards to just keeping Stafford upright. In any scenario where they're not blitzing, don't allow pressures. Don't be afraid to help your buddy a little bit just to keep Stafford clean. All right, so let's keep talking pass game. There was something that the Colts hit on very early against this Bears defense. that I would love to see the Rams kind of replicate. They definitely can do it, especially if they go back to 11 personnel a little bit more. Situation here, 3rd and 10. They pick up 44 yards on a deep ball to Alec Pierce here. He just beats his corner. You're going to get Josh Downs here in the slot, running a deep post, trying to occupy this safety. And then Michael Pittman's going to work his own crosser here as well, giving the quarterback 1, 2, 3 options. They're going to keep this tight end in here to block. So basically they've got 6 to block 1, 2, 3, and 4. I like this. Not forgetting, got a little safety valve running back. Come out here in the flat as well just to give him a check down. I like this because I think based on seeing this concept, this is definitely something that the Rams are not afraid to run. You might see this be 2 crossers instead rather than all deep shots. But 3rd and 10, man, let it rip. This could be like a Demarcus Robinson right here. Have him just set off and go deep, take a shot. But even though the Bears only bring 4, this is a good D-line. This is an aggressive D-line. Why run the risk of just leaving your less experienced interior offensive linemen deal with large, aggressive, good defensive linemen? Give them some help. Work some double teams. Keep Stafford upright. If it ends up being incomplete, hey, you're at the 50 punting down to the 10. You win field position. Just don't give up a dumb sack. I'm a big fan of this play, so let's run it. Deep shot. That gets complete. I'm going to run this back just a little bit here. Look at this pocket. Good pocket. Kept 6 in there. He beats his guy. If he just waits a split second, Michael Pittman comes open also. So there's a lot of opportunity here for these plays. Alec Pierce maybe gets away with a little bit of a push off there. You see his body just move backwards. But yeah, this is something I'd love to see the Rams replicate. This defense is not perfect. If you keep in more blockers and you've got pass rushers, we got a lot of confidence in Matthew Stafford just slinging it around the yard this Sunday. All right, one more pass play. Here's something that I can definitely see the Rams replicating, having a lot of success. Some good reason to go back to 12 personnel. Again, 12 personnel, 2 tight ends. You got 1 here, 1 there, 2 receivers. It's about as even as it can get. They probably won't go shotgun like this. Might be in pistol, might be under center. But the concept's all the same. This is going to be a play action. You're going to see the top receiver here do a love for the game route. Call that love for the game because his job is just to clear someone out. You're not going to get the ball most likely unless there's a blown coverage. But his job is to take out one of these guys, either him or him. One of them is going to go with him, right? This tight end here is going to run a corner route. Lazy out, corner, whatever you want to call it. This tight end is going to stay in the chip help. He's going to block and then just be a safety valve underneath. And then bottom receiver, Michael Pittman, is going to run something of an in curl. He's going to sit somewhere in the zone here. Apologize for all the scribbles. But basically, deep, corner, in, safety. So they do keep 6 in the block initially just to allow the play action to go. He's going to end up hitting this corner route here, confusing the coverage of the combination of these two right here. Let's take a look. You're going to see this deep guy is going with the deep route. This is where you can get that quarters defense, that safe defense that everyone's complaining about. Oh, get rid of 2 safety, get rid of... I'm joking. Nobody's really getting rid of that. But this is where you can really attack them, especially if they don't even bite on the run, which they clearly don't. They're still 15, 20 yards down the field. All right, cool. Let's attack them with the tight ends. Look for one of these tight ends to contribute in the pass game. That's basically what I'm going to say. This guy does a great job. He rides the inside shoulder of the linebacker in coverage. Tack leverage. Tacks his leverage right there. He's getting to that shoulder. His eyes are back here at the quarterback, not watching. Has no idea who's actually helping him back here. He has no idea this corner has completely bailed. Tight end just going to sit somewhere out here. Why? Because now he's in no man's land. He's got to figure out, do I come up here, take the check down, or do I help at the back? Which probably he didn't think he had to. He thought he's passing it off. So that's where you can get him. Attack this guy. Watch him. Thinks he's got help behind him. That's a pass off. Passes him off. Oh, shit. Whoops. That's a 40-yard gain to a tight end. Imagine this is Parkinson. Oof. Yeah. Would love to see this happen a little bit for LA as well. So, getting into a similar look for the Rams. This is that big clutch play. Stafford threw down to Tutu Atwell. It's like a 50-yard bomb he hit. This is post motion. Atwell started over here, motioned across. He's going to get a big outside release, beat the corner, all the way down inside the 5-yard line. Demarcus Robinson inside the numbers here. He's going to sit down somewhere in the zone. Whittington as well is getting deep. I already forgot. And let's see what these other guys do. Get a late release from the tight end here. He's going to find a zone to sit down. This is kind of messy. I'm not a really big fan of that. But similar concept. The difference is this Niners defense, for all their flaws that they had in this loss, very aggressive defense, man. You see less of this against Chicago and like some of the clips that we've shown, but you're not seeing a lot of this too much. Kind of press coverage. The motion makes him back off a little bit, makes him honor his actual zone. So now we're getting closer to what Chicago is running. Does it look familiar back here? The shell coverage. Let these play action. Let these guys run him off. Could hit him here. Could very easily hit him here. You can tell me Matthew Stafford can't gun that in there. So this is something similar that we're going to be seeing against Chicago. This is something that could work, albeit this is not that 12 personnel because we do have 3 receivers. But with these tight splits, they're kind of trying to mimic something like that. The Rams' offense is a little bit different where they utilize their receivers very close to the line, motion inside the trenches as blockers to make these linebackers honor the run a little bit more than they would somebody else like Indianapolis, per se. So get your play action. Clean pocket. Look at this communication. Love that. And boom. Takes a huge shot. Man, just trust his guy down there. So yeah, very similar to what we're seeing from Anthony Richardson with his deep shots as well. That play action. Both 11 and 12 personnel. Man, as long as communication's happening really, really well on the interior of that line, look to them to be pretty solid in the pass game as well. I want to take a look at 2 or 3 plays on the Bears offense. Give me some final thoughts here as to what the Rams defense can do. Ultimately, even before we get into the film, you're really just going to come down to just sticking to your assignments. Run, fill responsibilities, and these inside linebackers filling these gaps aggressively against a offensive line that's still trying to figure it out. They've been a circle of a lot of jokes this past week so far because this Bears offensive line is struggling in the run game. I found 1 or 2 plays where they did have success, and it worries me that if, albeit a offense that's struggling to find their own rhythm, you don't want to be that team that gives them that coming out party. You don't want to be the first team where this Bears offense now runs for 150 yards. You want this to be your coming out party as a defense. So I haven't fully seen this play slowed down. We're going to kind of go through it together. They end up running up the middle with Roschon Johnson here. They are also in 12 personnel, so they have 2 tight ends, and they end up getting 8 yards. They also are in 12 personnel here. They end up picking up those 8 yards with Roschon Johnson out of the backfield. Don't want that happening over and over. It can be backbreaking for a defense. So let's kind of see a little bit of motion. Oof, man. That's great movement from that offensive line. What's his defense doing? Defense looks to be in like their base package here. Get a good combo block. I'll kind of show you what I'm looking at here. Good combo block here. It's a good one-on-one win here. Not sure what he's doing. This guy's not part of the play at all. And then you get a good working combo here as well. I think the tight ends really make that play there. I'm going to take a look. Let's run this back. You know what? We're going to go super slow-mo. Super slow-mo here, guys. All right. So what happens? Kind of giving you behind the scenes of what I look at when I'm looking at film. He's coming in motion. Very similar to what the Rams were doing on a play or two we were looking at. His job is just to help seal, keep these edge guys out of the way. He's going to block him. What else happens here? Yeah, these two are going to combo. He's going to be one-on-one. This is a winning block right here. That's a winning block. Take a look at that. Takes him, stays in front, drives his feet. Why is that a winning? Because if you can hold a guy to the point where his only attempt on your running back is an arm tackle, most NFL running backs aren't going to go down from an arm tackle. They're just going to run right through it. So this little arm attempt right there, that's a nothing burger. Play's already passed them by that point. Great initial push by these guys. In this scenario, that's probably Bobby Brown right there. It's probably Kobe Turner, sorry. And this guy, headhunting the middle linebacker. Let's look at this one more time. Boom. So what you want to see, if he's going to take on these guys, he's just got to be more aggressive getting upfield and not just be, it sucks taking on the double team. Man, Bobby Brown, you're going to have some fun this week if they keep doing that. This is probably a Jared Verse. Out here this is more likely Byron Young. So Byron Young is more active than 94 is down here. He's not really a passive guy like this. From what I'm seeing from him, he seems to be trying to shoot inside. If he recognizes run, he's trying to get involved there. So if you get that mess, that's a plus if he's able to do that. And then look, this is what I'm talking about. See how these guys are kind of unsure, passive, and then just waiting and being magnets to these guys. That's super critical for this week. That happened a bunch against San Francisco. Run fits just not being met immediately from what I was seeing. What you want to see, challenge them to throw the ball over and over. This is a rookie quarterback. I know everyone's talking about, I can't let Caleb Williams, have his coming out party. Who the fuck cares? If he throws for 300 yards but also 2 interceptions and they have a 0 run game, most likely that sounds like you probably won that game. I like saying come downhill, meet these guys sooner, because if he's taking 2 or 3 steps aggressively here, he's now meeting this big 58 here. He's meeting him at the line, giving your guys time to converge and make a tackle rather than just letting this get uphill, because now that's just an empty lane, one-on-one with the safety. Oof. So, obviously, they didn't have success all game. This O-line's been struggling a little bit, but you start seeing little niches here and there where they're looking at the same way we're looking at it right now. What worked, what didn't work. This worked. This can work against the Rams defense. You really want to see how can the Rams defense combat that. I feel like that's the point of these videos, but I don't really have an answer. I guess you just gotta play better. I hope. But what I think you will see situations like this, you're gonna see Fisk, Verse, some sort of twist here, kind of what the Niners did as well, where they're not just allowed to take everyone head on. You're gonna get some game here where they're confusing them, making it really messy inside, so that way they don't just pop off for 5, 6, 7, 8 yards per rush attempt. Kind of what I'm talking about. As the game went on, this defense got stingier and stingier with the run game, especially inside. So what you do want to see is this, Zaire Franklin. That's a great jump on that ball here. That was a quick little run through. This ended up being just a run for 1 yard, which they take that all day. But how do they get there? It's inside linebacker play. So they're, again, in 12 personnel. There's a second tight end here somewhere where they might be split out wide. But, yeah, one tight end here on the right side. Where's my pen? Yeah, one tight end. You're going to see these two linebackers. So, again, we're going to key off on these guys. Run fitting real fast. Recognizing, taking the gamble. Hey, we don't care about play action. If I'm in this game, and if I'm the defensive coach and I'm telling these guys, like, hey, if you see play action, let's just keep eliminating the run game. Because at this point, this is second half, this is third quarter of this game, they're not having the most success passing either, the Bears. Cool. Like, let's just keep eliminating the run game, make them one-dimensional, make them continue to just rely on a rookie quarterback to figure out our defense through the air. So, ball snapped. Compare that last play we just broke through. Look how much faster this reaction is here. He's already, see, by the time he's got the ball, these guys don't have time to even get off their combo block. He's already at the hole. Also, winning play by the defensive end here. Can't tell if this is Latu. No, this isn't Latu. This is Deo Odeyingbo. So sorry if I mispronounced your name, sir. This is a winning play. Man, you're Byron Young. Bro, don't get blocked by a tight end. Come on, you better than that. Gets across him, splits that potential double team. Makes it so now a wide receiver is trying to block your inside linebacker. For most teams, that's a pure win for the defense. Rams situation has yet to be seen that these inside linebackers have taken advantage of a mismatch like that. If you see your inside linebacker jumping the run and the only saving grace in the offense is a wide receiver, you should be licking your chops that you're getting a big hit on someone. Zaire Franklin ends up completing the tackle here. That's great. Would love to see Roseboom or Reeder knocking something out like that. The rest of the defensive line, let's see kind of what happens. Oof. Man. If this is part of what they're bringing to the table against the Rams, take a look at, so imagine this is Bobby Brown, Kobe Turner, or Fisk, one of those three guys, right? Watch the action here. They're getting, I keep making triangles because these are where the blocks are happening, but just getting double teamed and double teamed. Oh, man. Look at this. Bam! Out of the play. So that's okay. If you're taking on double teams, your job, grab inside both their shoulder pads, make them commit. Make them not leave you. Because you're hoping, boom and boom, again, back to the inside linebackers, that they're run fitting. That's perfect. Hey, if you're going to do that to me, if you're going to double team us and you can't get to the second level, it's cool. My guys are going to come from behind and clean up the play. But you got to clean up the play. Saw too many missed tackles from the inside linebackers from the Rams. Really hope they clean that stuff up. But my key thing, I'm always looking at aggression in linebackers. I'm always looking at how do they react to the run coming downhill. How do they react to an incoming blocker, either evading, shedding, taking them on, based on the situation, right? Different techniques for different situations. Here, you're going to see Roseboom on the right, Reeder on the left. When we looked at the Colts, that play just about 2 clips ago when we saw Zaire Franklin sell out and just shoot the gap, make a tackle at the line of scrimmage, right? Compare that to what we see here. These inside linebackers, about right here, they recognize run. It's about at this point. They recognize run. What do we see from Roseboom on this top right side? Lineman, I'm just going to get out of the way. That sucks. I get it. It's a size disadvantage. But you got to choose your battles. Should you take him on? Because what if you jumping out of the way, what if 65 decides, fuck him. I'm going to go get the safety. Man, you got an old lineman blocking on the third level. Sometimes that's a touchdown. That's scary. You completely just jumping out of the run lane. Maybe, I'm critiquing because that's all I can do on YouTube. Would like to see him take that on. Would like to see him attempt to evade that while being aggressive, getting on either side of him, staying low, being faster than the lineman. Something where you're just not just jumping out of the way. That I feel like is happened a little bit too often through 3 weeks. That's something I'd love to see fixed. Do you keep this Chicago offense as stagnant as it has been? And then with Reader, let's see how he reacts to the run here. It's about right here he reacts to run. Takes it on. And see, against a tight end, would like to see your inside linebacker win that battle. Similar to what I said a few minutes ago, if it's a wide receiver. Sometimes if it's a tight end, man, not every tight end's known for blocking. They're a little bit bigger, yeah. But would love to see attacking downhill. At this point, when he recognizes run, he's only dealing with half of a tight end. When I say half, like he still have leverage on his inside. He can shoot this right here. Would like to see that happen a little bit more aggressively. And then when it comes to Michael Hoyt, you're saying, hey, he can make this tackle. Yeah, maybe he's got a pulling. He's got a guard coming on a trap to seal that off, though. That's a great run play by the Niners. Solidified or exclamated by the fact that the Rams' run fits have been pretty poor. But I'd like to see that get a little bit better. You know what? I lied. We're going to end on a good note. I'm going to end with what I would like to see out of the Rams' run defense. So, been picking on these inside linebackers. Let's look at a play where they did do well. This tackle was finished off by Troy Reader, number 51 here in the middle. Boop. And Jared Verse here on the edge. Boop. They're attempting to run right side here. So when I keep talking about attacking downhill on that last play when both inside linebackers kind of just jumped out of the way, this is complete opposite of that. If you're going to move out of the way, if that's your move, watch Reader this whole time. He's going to come face-to-face with a guard, but he's going to evade it while still being aggressive in pursuit. This is great reaction here. He's going to come up with Brendel, one-on-one, give a little shimmy, get back in there, run fit. Great tackle. And then Jared Verse up here against a tight end, same thing. I think they're going to have a lot of opportunities like this this week. What I'm talking about is edge on a tight end. You should win that 10 out of 10 times. Gets in the way. Verse forces him to make that jump cut into tight end, or into the linebacker, sorry. Yeah, really want to see more combinations like that. That's a great play by Reader at that one. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for him to make more plays like that. Just got to be aggressive downhill. Man, if you give up 300 yards to Caleb Williams, but he also threw some interceptions, he also eliminated the run game, I think that's key for a win. I could be wrong. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to end here just because that's a good play. I want to feel good heading into Sunday. I want you to feel good heading into Sunday. If you guys enjoyed this stuff, please like and subscribe. Hit all those annoying YouTube buttons. I'm sure most of you have already exited out now that I said we're done. But if you're still here, I love you. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys Sunday after the game ends. We'll jump on the live and talk about our feelings of the game. So until then, keep stacking. Thanks for watching First and Tuna. Love you guys.